Welcome to week 1 of Keep It Simple Strength Training for Beginners. For week 1, we are going to focus on 5 fundamental movements: squatting, hinging, pushing, pulling, and core. For each exercise, we're going to do 3 sets each at 8 to 12 repetitions per set. So you can use your body weight or light weights, whichever you prefer. I'll show you different options based on what I'm doing, and you want to start with body weight if you're brand new to strength training, or really light weights. You don't want to dive in too quickly, too heavily, because then you can get injured or overdo it and not be able to progress throughout the week. So remember, this is week 1. Keep it simple. Just get used to these movements, get used to the form, and then from there we can build on a solid foundation. So let's get started. We're first going to come into a seated or standing position, wherever you are, it doesn't matter, and do some 360-degree breaths. So place your hands on your ribs or wherever is comfortable. I like to place mine around my ribs to really feel the breath. And we're going to take a deep inhale in, expand the rib cage, open the pelvic floor, and then exhale, bring the rib cage in, bring the pelvic floor up. So this is tightening the entire deep core. And again, inhale, exhale, and one more. From here, we are going to shift into some arm swings. So if you were sitting, come up to stand. And we're just going to swing our arms back and forth in opposite directions. So loosening up the shoulders, loosening up the thoracic spine, the lumbar spine. Move in whatever range of motion feels good for you. And then we're going to come into some light bounces. So you can think of these as calf raises or heel drops, whatever you want to call them. But just do some heel drops, some calf raises, shake out the body, get your lymph moving, get your blood flowing. Okay, we are going to start with lower body. So our first lower body move for week 1 is squats. Maybe you've done squats before. I'm sure you've done squats before. When we're babies, we typically have a natural squatting position. And if you look at little babies and toddlers, you'll see them in these deep squats just playing. And it's really beautiful because that's the natural form that the body should be able to take. As we get older and sit in chairs and, do all of our adulty things, we lose that functionality in our hips and our legs. So we want to gain that back. And it can take a long time. It's not going to happen overnight. Your squat can look like however your squat looks like. So please don't compare your squat to my squat. You want to maintain proper form. So to do that, stand with your feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Keep your back flat and lower your hips as if you're sitting into a chair. And you can use a chair too if you need to or want to. So basically you're going to lower your hips down as if you're sitting into a chair until your thighs are parallel with the floor. And then you're going to push through your heels and return back to standing position. That's your squat. If this is too difficult, you can use a chair or lightly just tap your glutes on the top of the chair type of thing. Don't sit fully into the chair. You can hold on to just a chair for some balance or hold on to the wall. Whatever works for you, just maintain this proper form. You can do squats body weight or you can add a weight based on where you are in your journey. Long time, so I'll show you with a 15-pound weight. You can use a kettlebell, you can use cans, you can use water bottles, whatever, a bag of something, you can use whatever you want. Just make sure you maintain proper form. So keep your back flat and sit back with legs parallel to the floor. Don't hunch over or bend over. So if you find yourself compensating or bending over or curving your back too much when you're bending, stop right there. Only go as far as you can go with maintaining proper positioning. Next up, we have the deadlift. So this is another lower body move focused on the glutes and the hamstrings. So our squats were focused on just our legs and our glutes. Now we're focusing on our glutes and our hamstrings. So to do a deadlift, you want to stand with your feet hip width apart, holding onto a light dumbbell or something you can hold on to. You don't have to hold on to anything, but it kind of helps with the form if you hold on to something here. And you basically just hold them in front of your legs, and you're going to slowly hinge forward at your hips, pushing your butt back while keeping a slight bend in your knees. You want to keep your back flat and then lower the weights along your shins. You're not reaching with your arms here, you're hinging from your hips. So your arms are just kind of like the gravity. It's just kind of like helping you pull down, but all of the focus should be in your hip hinge here. Once you get all the way down, you're going to push through your heels to stand back up. This one can feel a little bit weird sometimes, so give yourself some time to learn it and get used to it. And over time, you'll just notice when you're hinging from your hips versus when you're just trying to bend over. Next up is upper body. So we've all done it, we've all seen it, we're doing the push-up. This is gonna work our chest and our shoulders, and you can do this in a normal knee up, proper push-up position. I'll show you all the positions. You can do this with your knees down, or you can do this on the wall or on the ledge of a counter or a table. So make sure your surface is stable, whatever you're using. So basically, start in a plank position with your hands slightly wider than shoulder width apart. You want to really be able to move your fingers here. So don't just use flat hands, but kind of grip your fingers into the floor here. And you're gonna lower your body toward the floor by bending your elbows. We've all done this before, right? So push back up. A few tips here is squeeze your buttocks, squeeze your inner thighs, place your tongue on the roof of your mouth, and breathe, of course. Always be breathing, and that will help you maintain some stability. And you may see different types of variations of push-ups. So we are doing the standard arms out at 45-degree push-up. You can also do a tricep push-up where your arms are a little bit closer in together and you're keeping your elbows really close to the body. That's not what we're doing here. We're just doing a standard 45-degree push-up. Our second upper body move is a bent over row. So this is going to help strengthen our back and our triceps. How to do this: you will hold a pair of dumbbells, 2 cans, 2 water bottles, whatever you want to hold. Hold on to something because this helps with your form, and you can use nothing if you want. It's not necessarily about the weight right now. We're just getting used to the form on all of these moves. So you're going to hold on to something, a pair of dumbbells, whatever the case may be, and you're going to hinge forward at your hips like we've been doing and keep your back perfectly flat. Let your arms hang straight down and then pull your elbows up and back, squeezing your shoulder blades together behind you, and then slowly lower the weights. This is your bent over row, working your back and your biceps. And then our last move is a plank. This is working our core, our abs, our back, full body activation here. You're going to start in a push-up position. You can do arms extended. You can do it on your forearms. You can do it on your knees if you need to. Start wherever you are. Keep your elbows directly under your shoulders if you have your arms extended, or keep your arms in 11. You can do prayer position with your hands if that helps you hold the position better, or just have your hands in 11s. You're going to engage your core, so bring your belly button kind of up and in, like bring it up, really activate those core muscles, and hold your body in a straight line from your head to your heels without letting your hips sag down. We're going to hold this for 60 seconds. We're going to do it 3 times. You've got this. We've got this. Let's do it. Okay, we did it. That is our strength training for week 1. You're going to do this video 3 times this week. You crushed it. Stretch out your body, wiggle around a little bit, reach from side to side. Do a forward fold if that feels good for you. You can take this time to stretch for a few minutes or just, feel how you're feeling in your body and take note of what you did today. So whether you used weights or not, just take a note to say, okay, here's where I'm starting. Because with resistance training, we want to use the progressive overload method. So what this means is that every week we will increase our weights or our repetitions up a little bit, and this triggers the muscles to grow. So I'll talk about this more in week 2, but for now, just take note of where you're starting, what weights you are or aren't using, cans, water bottles, whatever the case may be. Just take note because we're going to want to increase them week by week. Okay, you all crushed it. Great job. I will see you later.